in 5, 4, 3, 2. PWR Powerhouse Radio.
This is the PWR and Metropolitan News Decision 2012 coverage with our guest host and social media correspondent, Tyler Belts, and me, Darius Buckley, your head anchor. Let's get to business. Thank you guys so much for tuning in to tonight's broadcast. This is our first radio broadcast in a while on Powerhouse Radio, and this is our first Metropolitan News broadcast centered around the election. So I'm very excited, and I'd like to introduce once again our guest host and social media correspondent, Tyler Belts.
All right, thank you guys for having me. First off, I host my own online web show called The Young Detroit Show, and it's a pleasure to be on air tonight with Darius, getting you guys ready for the 2012 election.
Great. I'm very excited, and I'm hoping that tonight we can inform you the best way we can, because the worst thing ever is going into a poll and having no idea the information behind the person you're putting down as president, as well as some of the smaller things that sometimes people don't think about, like proposals and senators, and even some of the small things that you see on the ballot, like even judges, in your county. People don't look at small things like that, and that's very, very important. So that's why tonight we're going to try our best to inform you guys the best way we can. I'm going to make this announcement throughout the broadcast, but I'm making it right now for you guys. We want you all to have your own voice. We're not just going to sit here and talk about how we feel about the election. We want to hear how you guys feel. So if you would like to talk to us through our social media outlet, then you can follow us on Twitter at PWR in uppercase letters and in lowercase letters Radio Online. That's on Twitter. And please tweet us all of your personal thoughts about the election, who you want to win the election, and how you feel personally about some of the things that are going to be on the ballot tomorrow. You can email us at powerhouseradioonline@gmail.com. And you can call us if you'd like to get a chance to actually be live here on the show and talk to us. You can call us at 313-288-9375, and we will have that line. It's a toll-free line, and it will be open throughout the night. So if you want to talk to us, and also we will have that line open after we go off air. So if you'd like to tell us some of your personal thoughts about the election, one of our correspondents will answer the phone, and they will, take your information and your personal feelings, and they could be posted on our Twitter or our website. Alrighty, so let's get started. So we want to start off with the information that we do have from realclearpolitics.com. Thank you for supplying us with this information. Battle for the White House poll. And right now the polls, I'm about to refresh my computer and see if they've changed. And it looks like they have not. We have Barack Obama and Vice President Biden at 201. And we have Romney and Ryan, Mitt Romney and Paul Ryan, at 191. So it looks like President Obama is in the lead. Alrighty. And there are 270 electoral votes needed to win. So that's the information we have right now, and if that poll changes, we will inform you on that throughout the night. So Tyler, you have any commentary to give about the election?
Yeah. So as you said before, we're going to be keeping track of the election all night tonight during the live broadcast. You guys can call our toll-free number at 313-288-9375, and one of our representatives will pick up, and you may be able to share your opinion live on the air with us during our live broadcast tonight.
All right. So I was very excited for tonight. So definitely start sending in your personal thoughts on Twitter. Once again, it's in uppercase letters PWR and lowercase letters Radio Online. So PWR Radio Online. And please tweet us, email us, and call us, because we are going to be taking phone calls. I am so sorry. We actually just received a phone call a second ago. I'm not going to say the phone number right now on the air because that would be inappropriate. But you know who you are. If you just called, please call us back. I am so sorry. I was not paying attention to my phone. So please call us back. The person at the 313 number who just called, please call us back, and we will be happy to take your commentary on the subject matter. So while we are waiting for that person to call back, it is a very close race right now. I've heard from a lot of my friends and a lot of family, who have mixed emotions about who should win the election. So now we're just counting down until the final hours, and seeing, finally, who is going to be our president for the next 4 years. And we want to make it important that you all really do your research. Please do your research and know who you're voting for. Because remember, this person is going to be the president for the next 4 years. Whether it be President Barack Obama or whether it be Mitt Romney. Please be very wise in who you choose. Because remember, you've got to either enjoy or suffer this experience for the next 4 years. And honestly, that's up to you to determine. So...
That's right. And then, of course, we also have first-time voters who are just now being able to be eligible to participate in this year's election. And we want to make sure you guys are going into the polling locations, going into your guys' precincts, and making sure you guys actually are educated on who you want to vote for before you just go in there and either, you're a college student, or a high school student. So, some people are just going to... vote based on what their parents believe who should win, and we want to make sure you guys are educated before just going into something like this and just picking somebody at random to be our next president.
Okay. All right. So we have our first caller. So could you please state your name?
Shelby.
Okay, it's Shelby. All right, 1 second. I'm just trying to get the mic set up for you. Okay. 1 second. Ladies and gentlemen listening, could you bear with us? We're having a bit of a technical difficulty. Okay, Tyler, could you share some information with some of the upcoming? Could you share some information with the voters while we're trying to handle the situation?
Yeah.
Thanks.
Actually, so I'm gonna go ahead and give you guys a couple tweets. We've been tracking people's tweets and thoughts online via Twitter, and actually a couple of our tweets right now. One reads, "I've minded my mouth and thumbs all election season. But if Romney wins tomorrow, the Mayans were right after all. Hashtag I vote for equal rights. Hashtag Obama." That was from Twitter handle Michelle Parrish. So obviously Michelle is a big supporter of President Obama. Also, another Obama supporter. "If you're reading this in America now, please, for the love of God, vote Obama. If not, dark times are ahead." And we also got a couple more Obama supporters, and then later on during the show, we'll also show you guys what Romney supporters are thinking. This one reads from Twitter handle, "It's Nate Collins. One more day before President Obama gets elected for 4 more years. I got faith." Another one reads, "Obama and Romney should play beer pong to see who gets to be president," and that's from Twitter handle Internet Grandma. Don't know what that's all about. Also, another one, R. Bray S. And they say, "President Obama believes in a woman's liberty to choose what's right for her body. It's not a politician's choice. Hashtag forward." Also tonight, if you guys are kind of keeping track on Twitter, you guys can actually follow President Barack Obama on Twitter if you are a Democratic supporter and a supporter of Obama. His Twitter handle is at Barack Obama. We're kind of keeping track of Obama's Twitter and Mitt Romney's, so we'll talk Mitt Romney later on in our Twitter updates throughout the night. But Obama, his last tweet was, I'm trying to see. He's been retweeting as well. He tweeted a picture of crowds supporting him in Ohio tonight as he's trying to make sure he hits the battleground state of Ohio. You guys can follow him on Twitter at Barack Obama. You guys can also follow the First Lady at Michelle Obama, and you guys can follow Vice President Joe Biden at Joe Biden. And then we'll also take a look at what Romney supporters are thinking and kind of see what their thoughts are and what they're talking about on Twitter this evening. And that's coming up, so stay tuned for that. Also tonight we're going to be tracking the polls, so just don't go tomorrow and don't try to make a fast decision just to get a sticker that says I voted, because, you know, with your guys' final decisions, we're going to experience either a continuation of President Obama or it's going to be former Massachusetts Governor Mitt Romney. So it all depends on your guys' votes tomorrow. Polls open in Michigan, for sure. Oakland County polls are open from 7 a.m. to 8 p.m. And this is just a reminder, you guys should bring your photo ID. If something happens and you don't have your ID or you forget your photo ID, don't worry, you guys can still vote. So that's not going to be a problem. Coming up, we'll talk a little bit about what 6 proposals Michigan is being impacted by, and we'll give you guys a little description on what those are, so you guys don't go into tomorrow and just kind of going crazy with these big words and not sure what they mean. So we'll have a sit-down talk about those and make sure you guys are more educated than you are already before election comes in just a moment, just a matter of hours. You guys will be voting starting tomorrow at 7 a.m.
Okay.
Okay, I think we are ready, so we're going to check back in with Darius.
Yes, we are ready. Okay, we have our first call-in from Shelby. Are you still there?
Yes.
Hi, thank you for calling in. Okay, so could you share your personal feelings about the election and who you think should win tomorrow?
I think Obama should win.
Okay, could you share us specifically about some of his policies and why you feel that way?
I don't know, I just want to possible.
Sorry, say again?
I just want Obama to win because what Bush did to his country, Obama cannot fix in 4 years.
So you're saying, Shelby, you're saying that you feel that people are criticizing Obama too much, where he needs more than 4 years to fix what President Bush got us into.
Yeah.
Correct? Okay.
Okay. I've heard that actually from a lot of people. Now, I want to make this clear, too. Since this has to be a unbiased show, so I cannot either agree or disagree with anyone. I'm making that clear to everybody listening. So I'm just going to nod my head and say, okay, I'm glad that's how you feel, and hopefully you vote tomorrow. So, God, no one expect from me or Tyler to say personally who we... because it's an unbiased show. All right, so thank you. Is there any anything else that you want to share with us that you want, since you're on the air and people are listening and you know they're going to vote tomorrow? What do you want people to know about? What do you want them to know about President Barack Obama that you love about him and that you would persuade them to vote for him tomorrow?
No, nothing really else.
Okay. Alrighty. Well, is there anything else that you wanted to say while you're still on the air?
No.
Okay. Well, thank you so much for calling in and continue listening. And thank you so much for sharing that with us, Shelby.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
All right, and just a reminder, you guys, we are keeping track. We are going to give you guys some Obama supporters' tweets as well as Romney's. So, like you said, unbiased. We are going to be bringing you guys both sides, Republican and Democrat. So make sure to stay tuned for that.
Yes. Okay, once again, looking back at our Real Clear Politics.com poll, once again, I don't believe they have changed. Obama is still at 201, and Mitt Romney is still at 191, so we will keep you updated with that. So everyone, once again, I'd like to inform you all that our line is open. So if you'd like to call in like Shelby did and give us your personal thoughts on President Barack Obama or Governor Mitt Romney, call us at 313-288-9375. I repeat, 313-288-9375. And we will answer your call. You can also email us at powerhouseradioonline@gmail.com and on Twitter at uppercase PWR, lowercase radio online. So make sure you keep us informed. Have you gotten any information online through our social media, Tyler?
Yeah, actually we are keeping track. We're gonna give you guys the We're gonna give you guys the Romney supporters coming up after the commercial break. We do have 2 more tweets, I believe, that are coming in. Actually, no, but we will give you guys. We'll have Obama tweets and Romney supported tweets coming up after the commercial break. So sit tight for that.
Alrighty, guys. So thank you all for listening so far, and thank you, Shelby, for calling in. We hope you're still listening. Please stay tuned with us. We're going to take a quick commercial break, and when we get back, we're going to have some of the tweets, hopefully have another caller, and then we're going to update you guys on our Real Clear poll politics, and then we're going to try to get in contact with some viewers on YouNow.com and some other video broadcasting websites and see how they personally feel about the upcoming election. So we will be right back after this commercial break, and don't click that mouse. Welcome back to the Decision 2012 coverage here on Powerhouse Radio. I'm your head anchor, Darius Buckley, and we have our guest host and social media correspondent, Tyler Belts. If you haven't been listening, we had our friend Shelby to call in, and she gave us her personal feelings on the election. And throughout the broadcast, we are going to have people to call in. And if you'd like to call in, call us at 313-288-9375 and tell us why you love Mitt or why you love Barack. And who you want to win the election and how you personally feel about the election. Email us at powerhouseradioonline@gmail.com and on Twitter at PWR uppercase and lowercase radio online. So we have about 26 minutes left on part 1 of our broadcast, and then after part 1 we'll be bringing you part 2. So we'll be here pretty much all night trying to keep you all informed. Alrighty. So Tyler, do you have any information from our social media? So what are they saying out there?
Okay, so you guys already heard from the Obama supporters, and they are very strong out there tweeting hashtag Obama and hashtag forward. That's also a promoted Twitter hashtag right now. So if you guys are Obama supporters, you guys can tweet us. Darius just gave you guys our Powerhouse Radio Twitter account. If you guys want to tweet us, if you're an Obama fan, you guys can tweet us at that Twitter handle and then ending with the hashtag Obama. Also, we're going to talk to you guys about the Romney supporters now. Cotton Royce says, tomorrow's the big day. If you have a brain and care about the U.S., obviously you will be putting a mark next to Romney's name, hashtag Romney Ryan. Also, George White Jr. says, Romney is not in a dead heat with Obama or down to him by a point. That's what the media wants you to believe. He is way ahead up in hashtag Ohio. We can't confirm to you guys that just yet, but according to George, that's what he believes. Nico Moore says, prediction, Obama will take an early lead tomorrow until the rest of us get off of work. Hashtag Romney. And I think what Nico Moore is referring to as that they feel supporters of Obama doesn't work, but that's not by any means, any of the tweets that we bring up tonight are not opinions of Powerhouse Radio, myself, or Darius. We are just simply giving you guys what the public is saying out there social network-wise.
Alrighty, thank you. So that is what's happening out there in the social media field. And now we're going to give you a bit of a taste of one of the debates. Now, one of the major things that happens, as you all know, before a presidential election is there are at least, I believe, 2 or 3 debates. It's Tyler, is 3, right? Or 2?
I believe 3.
3? Okay. There are 3 presidential debates. So we're going to give you a taste of one of the most popular, and that was the debate, I think the 3rd one, on foreign policy. So this is a 4-minute and 58-second snippet from that final debate between President Barack Obama and Governor Mitt Romney. Here we go.
Question, and it concerns Libya. The controversy over what happened there continues. 4 Americans are dead, including an American ambassador. Questions remain. What happened? What caused it? Was it spontaneous? Was it an intelligence failure? Was it a policy failure? Was there an attempt to mislead people about what really happened? Governor Romney, you said this was an example of an American policy in the Middle East that is unraveling before our very eyes. I'd like to hear each of you give your thoughts on that. Governor Romney, you won the toss. You go first.
Thank you, Bob, and thank you for agreeing to moderate this debate this evening. Thank you to Lynn University for welcoming us here. And Mr. President, it's good to be with you again. We were together at a humorous event a little earlier, and it's nice to maybe be funny this time, not on purpose. We'll see what happens. This is obviously an area of great concern to the entire world, and to America in particular, which is to see a complete change in the structure and the environment in the Middle East. With the Arab Spring came a great deal of hope that there would be a change towards more moderation, an opportunity for greater participation on the part of women in public life and in economic life in the Middle East. But instead, we've seen in nation after nation a number of disturbing events. Of course, we see in Syria 30,000 civilians having been killed by the military there. We see in Libya an attack apparently by, well, I think we know now, by terrorists of some kind against our people there. 4 people dead. Our hearts and minds go to them. Mali has been taken over, the northern part of Mali, by Al-Qaeda type individuals. We have in Egypt a Muslim Brotherhood president. And so what we're seeing is a pretty dramatic reversal in the kind of hopes we had for that region. And of course, the greatest threat of all is Iran, 4 years closer to a nuclear weapon. And we're going to have to recognize that we have to do as the president's done. I congratulate him on taking out Osama bin Laden and going after the leadership in Al-Qaeda. But we can't kill our way out of this mess. We're going to have to put in place a very comprehensive and robust strategy to help the world of Islam and other parts of the world reject this radical violent extremism, which it's certainly not on the run. It's certainly not hiding. This is a group that is now involved in 10 or 12 countries, and it presents an enormous threat to our friends, to the world, to America long term, and we must have a comprehensive strategy to help reject this kind of extremism.
Mr. President.
Well, my first job as Commander-in-Chief, Bob, is to keep the American people safe, and that's what we've done over the last 4 years. We ended the war in Iraq, refocused our attention on those who actually killed us on 9/11. And as a consequence, Al-Qaeda's core leadership has been decimated. In addition, we're now able to transition out of Afghanistan in a responsible way, making sure that Afghans take responsibility for their own security. And that allows us also to rebuild alliances and make friends around the world to combat future threats. Now, with respect to Libya, as I indicated in the last debate, when we received that phone call, I immediately made sure that, number one, we did everything we could to secure those Americans who were still in harm's way. Number two, that we would investigate exactly what happened. And number three, most importantly, that we would go after those who killed Americans and we would bring them to justice. And that's exactly what we're going to do. But I think it's important to step back and think about what happened in Libya. And keep in mind that I and Americans took leadership in organizing an international coalition that made sure that we were able to, without putting troops on the ground, at the cost of less than what we spent in 2 weeks in Iraq, liberate a country that had been under the yoke of dictatorship for 40 years, got rid of a despot who had killed Americans. And as a consequence, despite this tragedy, you had tens of thousands of Libyans after the events in Benghazi marching and saying, America is our friend. We stand with them. Now, that represents the opportunity we have to take advantage of. And, Governor Romney, I'm glad that you agree that we have been successful in going after al-Qaeda. But I have to tell you that your strategy previously has been one that has been all over the map and is not designed to keep Americans safe or to build on the opportunities that exist in the Middle East.
So that is a small taste of, I believe, the final debate between President Barack Obama and Governor Mitt Romney, and that was on, I believe, foreign policy. So, personally, you can send in your emails and tweets on how you feel about that, and please call us at 313-288-9375. Please call in. We want to hear your personal thoughts on that debate and your personal thoughts on just the election in general. Once again, we're informing you again on our RealClearPolitics.com poll. And once again, President Barack Obama is 201, and Mitt Romney is at 191. So that is our updated poll. Alrighty, so Tyler, has any new social media stuff come in?
Yeah, actually, we're looking at the funniest tweets from that debate. Actually, that was the third final debate that you just guys heard a clip of. And the hashtag horses and bayonets in parody accounts of horses bayonet quickly followed. Other popular moments from that debate included moderator Bob's slipping up and saying Obama bin Laden in that, so that was some controversy. And some of the tweets from that debate was actually, I'm really going to miss you guys live tweeting of debates for the next 4 years, because people have been heavily tweeting up a storm during the debates. So that was the final debate, but a lot of people were tweeting like crazy while watching the debates. And people still are, as of now, 9:06 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'm really, no event in the history of Boca Raton has started later than this debate. So, I mean, there's some controversy. And then Donald Trump actually tweeted during that third debate and said, "Stop congratulating Obama for killing bin Laden. The Navy SEALs killed bin Laden." So, some controversy, as always, with the president. And, there's always got to be some type of controversy with the elections.
Yes.
So check back in with us in a little bit, and we'll have more from what people are saying right now.
Alrighty. So, I'm trying to get information, find a place to get information from people. So once again, guys, please call in, because we really can't do a show if we don't hear from you guys. So please call in and give us your personal thoughts on the election. And right now, I'm currently on Facebook, trying to get commentary from people. So I'm gonna try to find as many people as I can.
once again, the telephone number to call in and voice your opinion is 313-288-9375. Once again, if you guys want to voice your opinion on whether or not you support Mitt Romney or President Barack Obama during this year's election, you guys can call us toll-free at 313-288-9375. We will answer your live telephone call, and you can voice your opinion and share your thoughts with us live on the air.
Yeah, so definitely call in, because you guys really are the show, and we need to hear from you guys. So please call into the show, and we're currently trying to find as many callers as we can get. So please call in. So we are counting down the hours left until it is time for the election. So make sure you cast your vote, and make sure you that your vote that you know who you're voting for. Please don't walk into the election like, I'm gonna vote for Obama because he's Obama. I'm gonna vote for Mitt Romney because he's Mitt Romney. Vote for them for a specific reason, and just because you like the shirt that they wore, or because you like, I don't know, what they look like, that's really not good enough. So, please think about the fact that this person has to be your president for the next 4 years. So, keep that definitely in mind. And the polls are the same, with Obama at 201, and President Obama at 201, and Mitt Romney at 191. So we are keeping you guys in tune with that. So as you can see, it is very hard to find people who want to talk about the election on the air. People don't exactly want to talk, so we're trying our best to find people who are willing to come on the air and discuss politics. Yeah.
As we continue to get tweets and Facebook messages, our social media is going crazy with election coverage. So just a quick update on what's going on for hashtag Romney. So that's last time we talked about Obama. Now we're talking about hashtag Romney. And Twitter handle Let's Jam 1979 says, so if hashtag Romney wins, then I'll start believing the stuff about the Mayans. Hashtag no Romney. So that was obviously a person who supports President Obama. They're saying that if Romney wins, they are going to start believing that the world is coming to an end. Twitter handle Lindsay Sue 24 says, gotta give Romney a chance. If he screws it up like Obama, we'll get him out too. So she's going with Romney this year. Twitter handle Nisa Aos Smith says, if Romney gets voted in tomorrow, I will literally cry and then punch a baby and then cry again.
Oh.
So somebody's getting mad there. MT Grove says, 24 hours from now, we will start to know if we have saved the USA with Romney or if we stay on decline with Obama. So obviously there is some strong voting people out there on Twitter, for sure.
Yes.
So we will continue to read you guys. Some of these are crazy. We'll continue to keep you guys updated with these tweets and all this crazy stuff that people are talking about on Twitter as the election gets closer.
Yes. Alrighty, you guys, we're going to take a quick commercial break, and then we will be right back. Welcome back, everyone. to the Decision 2012 coverage here on Powerhouse Radio and Metropolitan News. I'm your head anchor, Darius Buckley, with our social media correspondent and guest host, Tyler Belts. So we haven't had anyone to call in just of yet. People are taking their sweet time. But if you'd like to call in, please call us at 313-288-9375. You can email us at powerhouseradioonline@gmail.com. And you can follow us on Twitter and tweet us on Twitter at uppercase PWR and lowercase radio online. So please send in your information, and Tyler is also checking our social media. What's happening in the social media right now according to the election. So
okay. So actually Twitter handle CNACDLT says that if you want life to get better, vote Romney. If you the misery you're currently in, don't. Caden Hutchins says, I wonder if the people that like Romney can back up their reasoning why they like him, or if it's simply just what their parents brainwashed to their heads. Heavy WT Hansen says, people saying if Romney wins the election, they will move out of the country. I say I hope he wins, since you're obviously not American to stay. So people are just going back and forth, sharing their thoughts. That's the power of social media. You guys can share your thoughts and not get criticized. So, you have everybody talking on Twitter tonight. 40 new tweets just coming in. Tweets are coming in like crazy, so we'll have a ton to share with you guys throughout the night.
Yes, definitely. Alrighty, so we're down to the last 7 minutes left of our broadcast. So please call in. Once again, our poll is the same. So if you want to check the poll for yourself, it's realclearpolitics.com. So definitely call in and give us your personal thoughts, because we definitely could use them. Awkward moments of silence. When you guys, sit, because I know you're there, you're listening, but you're just too afraid to come on the air and, share your personal feelings, which is understandable to an extent, but please call in.
So, Twitter update from Veronica Alvarez. She says, what do you guys think? Is Florida red or blue? Talking about the Electoral College. And then another Twitter, as we're continuing to update our computers. Wow, candidates talking real issues, unlike Obama and Romney, who want to argue over needless federal agencies and war propaganda. 9 new tweets just coming in, so we're going to continue to update this real quick. And I'm predicting Obama will take an early lead until all Republicans vote in the evening. I don't know how you're a college student and want Romney to win. Makes no sense. It's funny. Let's see. If Romney had written "Let Detroit and Wall Street go bankrupt," then it would have easier how we can. Oh, sorry. If Romney had written "Let Detroit and Wall Street go bankrupt," then it would have been easier to justify a philosophy over a favoritism. ROFL Romney will be in Boston tomorrow, back to the state that thinks he sucked as governor. Hashtag backward, and I think that's kind of giving Obama some support because Obama is using the hashtag forward. So people that don't like Romney are saying go backward. Gallup polls are in right now, and they are saying, I just lost my polls. That's the power of live radio. Alright, well, those just disappeared. Someone tweeted, Romney, LOL, how the heck was he the nominee? Where is Ron Paul? The guy speaks the truth. Not sure who stands for what. This presidential debates need to be a bit more detailed. It's just so funny to see people tweeting. Wow, so okay, yeah, we carried that. That's inappropriate. Yeah, it's gotta kind of censor what we'd say. Didn't realize just how scared I am for the great USA until I cried while trying to convince a young Obama supporter to vote Romney. Since Sandy, the hurricane, stopped, it must mean the environment is 100% cool now. Also, my student loan interest rate is too low. Romney seems good. And we just got 20 new tweets. Let's update you guys real quick. Dear friends south of the border. Let's vote Romney for president tomorrow. Okay, well, we're going to switch over and see what Obama fans are saying now. Let's update you guys and see what's up with that. Somebody tweeted and said, the only party we support is the pizza party. Ladies, this is our election. Don't take your rights for granted. Old dudes want to control your bodies with laws. Don't let them. Vote Obama. That was from I Am Rashida Jones. And just a reminder, you guys can follow Obama at Barack Obama, and you guys can follow lost my train of thought, Mitt Romney at Mitt Romney. Lisa Ford says, I want a president who regards the environment as a priority. Samala Beast says, if I was able to vote, I'd have your back. Obama. Hashtag 2 terms. Not 2 trains, but 2 terms. So yeah, just continuing. If you guys want to tweet, you guys can tweet hashtag Obama, or you guys can tweet hashtag Romney or Obama 2012.
Alrighty. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. We have 40 seconds left on the clock, which you all know what that means. Alrighty, so we are down to our last few minutes left, seconds left on the show. Tyler, you still there?
Yep.
Alrighty. Okay. Thank you guys once again for tuning in to tonight's broadcast. If you'd still like to keep in communication with us, call us at 313-288-9375 and share your personal thoughts. Thank you guys for listening.
That's right, and don't forget to vote smart.
And vote tomorrow.